Now, as India bids farewell to the iconic MiG-21, HAL Chief D.K. Sunil speaks to News9 about the country's evolving air power, the legacy of MiG-21 and the road ahead with Tejas fighter jets. From modernization challenges to engine supply issues, Dr. Sunil outlines HAL's vision to reduce foreign dependency and achieve self-reliance in defense production. Take a look.
After over 60 years of stellar service, the iconic MiG-21 is being decommissioned, marking the end of an era. Its intended replacement, the indigenous Tejas, was originally planned for induction in 1995 but received operational clearance only in 2011. Now several Tejas jets are ready, yet delayed due to engine supply issues from General Electric. In an exclusive with News9, HAL Chairman and MD Dr. D.K. Sunil discusses India's air power transformation, from Tejas delays to the future of MCA and UCAVs.
It's a mixed feeling. The MiG is a very versatile aircraft, very close to our heart. It is one of the most wonderful, versatile aircraft ever designed. You can understand Mark II is twice the speed of sound. This was designed way back in the 60s, 50s. You know, HAL started producing this in the 60s, and it has gone through many different versions, upgrades. We produced a few hundred of them. They served the country over the last 60 years. I remember one technician telling me that most pilots used to ask just 3 questions. हवा है, तेल है, चक्की चल रहा है, and they would fly. They had so much confidence on this aircraft, and definitely it will leave a fantastic legacy in the Indian Air Force. These aircraft were upgraded starting from 2000, and all of them have been going on through overhauls, so we could have used that. But I think, modernization is also an ongoing effort, because the scenarios also have changed. If you see today the war scenarios, whether it is Ukraine or here, we need equipment, avionics, which are looking much farther and looking at it in different forms. For example, it's not just the radar. You look at the IR signature, you need to have jammers. So I think the battlefield has changed, so therefore the requirements are more. So I think the moment has started to modernize.
The MiG-21 is set to be replaced by the Tejas Mark 1A, a 4.5 generation all-weather multi-role indigenous fighter developed by HAL. Designed for high-threat aerial environments, the jet represents a major leap in India's next-generation air power. In 2021, HAL signed a Rs 5,375 crore deal with GE Aerospace for 99 F404 engines to power the Mark 1A. However, deliveries have been delayed with only 3 engines delivered so far.
We are replacing it with the LCAs. We have now 83 on order, and another 97 we will get. So I think the time has come where we move over to the newer generation aircraft. We will be able to close this 83 order by 31-32. We will be able to close this order, deliver all the aircraft by then. GE also has assured us that they will ramp up the engine deliveries to 24. So it's, I think, dependent on this, but we are building all the aircraft. Our production line is running. So we will be able to close this order by 31-32.
So you are being blamed of not delivering on time?
See, I think I did clarify even during the air show when this came up. We've been working on it, and today, as you know, we have 3 engines already. There has been a problem with the supply of the engines from GE. They have had their own sourcing issues, and we have been in continuous engagement with them. We have got 3 engines. We have built today 9 aircraft. They are ready. We've flown them with the Cat B engines, and we've done the contractor sorties that kept them aside. So we have 9 aircraft ready as of today. And we also have some software issues regarding the radar and missile and all that's going on. So we anticipate that in October we will be able to deliver these aircraft, the 3 at least that we have. Even General Electric has assured us that they will give us 12 engines this year and 20 engines the next year. Even taking a couple of, maybe we'll get 10. So we feel that 10 to 12 aircraft is definitely possible in this financial year, because with the aircraft are ready, built. So it's now dependent on the engine supplies. I think we will be able to do that. So definitely the production will start rolling. The design and development activities are coming to a close with these firings, a couple of, that is the air-to-air missile and the BVR, which is the Astra. So I'm confident that October we will have some good news. The LCA was designed or started as a replacement for the MiG-21, and Dr. Kota Harinarayana, who was the first chief of ADA, Aeronautical Development Agency, he worked for HAL in Nasik, and he was in our design office, and he worked on the MiG-21. LCA is a far more advanced aircraft, in terms of its avionics, in terms of its power, in terms of its flight control. It's a class apart. But from zero, when we started learning what are the aircraft systems, to getting to design, we cut our 3 teeth on MiG-21. We learned those systems, right? How do they work? How do you produce it? What are the weaknesses, the pluses, minuses? So that learning is what has come into us. The first aircraft from the third line in Nasik is expected to fly in the next month, in October. So we will have 3 lines running. So capacity is available now to produce 24 aircraft. We also have effectively a 4th line in the private sector, where we are getting the fuselage assemblies from the private sector. So by 27-28, we will have a capacity of 30. We've invested almost 1,000 crores till date to ensure that these multiple facilities are built. So I think we have built the capacity, and once these design and development issues are sorted out and the engine supplies ramp up, I think we can start supplying the aircraft in numbers.
India's push for self-reliance faces a key challenge: critical dependencies. Had engine supplies not relied on GE, the Tejas Mark 1A rollout may have stayed on track.
That's, I think, the primary discussion among all the stakeholders in this environment. We definitely have to build our own engines. HAL is now working on 2 engines. One is for the helicopter and one is for the trainer aircraft. And the government is now working on a 120 kilonewton engine for the DRDO is going to work on that with a foreign partner for developing the 120 kilonewton engine. So I think a lot of emphasis has come in the recent years on engine technology, and reducing this dependency is one of the priorities. So a lot of money is going into it, but it will take time, because building an engine from ab initio takes anywhere between 7 to 10 years, and a lot of investment is required. So I think the journey has started. My own feeling is 10 years down the line, I think we will be self-sufficient in engines.
The Tejas Mark II, a significantly upgraded variant of the Mark 1A, is under development by HAL. With plans for producing over 100 jets, it will replace the Mirage 2000 and Jaguar fleets.
The Mark II is a different class of aircraft. Actually, we should not be calling it LCA, because it's an 18-ton aircraft. It's much bigger, more like the Jaguar or Mirage, is a much bigger aircraft. And we have introduced a very innovative technology-based design and development, where the whole design is done in a 3D environment, and the manufacturing is also done similarly. so the accuracies are better. Today we are in the prototyping. The design is frozen and the prototyping is going on. By the end of the year, the aircraft will be powered up and tested and be ready. And the first flight should happen late end of next year, early 27. We will have the first flight of this aircraft.
HAL aims to take a lead in the development of India's ambitious MCA program.
It's a stealth aircraft, essentially, which will have a very small radar cross section that it is not detectable by radar. That's the idea. It will also have weapons which are internal, hidden, so that it gives a very low radar signature. The weapons are hidden in the belly, and you deploy it and release the weapons. It also forms a part of the overall repertoire of the Indian Air Force. You will have, say, the LCAs, you will have the Rafales, you will have the Sukhoi 30s, and the stealth also is there for certain types of missions. So, an Air Force doesn't depend only on the stealth aircraft. You have a different aircraft, each made for a certain role. We expect that by 2035 it will come into production, AMCA will come into production. HAL is working with ADA for the design. So roughly 25-30% of the design is with HAL, the balance is with ADA. So we are the design partners. Till now it was always HAL. The government is interested in bringing in more private players. So it's now an open tender. And HAL will be participating on an equal footing with all the private sector.
CATS Warrior, one of HAL's most ambitious projects, marks its entry into unmanned combat aerial vehicles.
Yeah, the CATS Warrior is our foray into the UCAVs. The 2-ton aircraft, 2.5-ton aircraft which we are working on. The engine is our own engine developed by HAL, twin engine, and we have now integrated it and we have started the ground testing. We are now perfecting the flight control laws, and once that is done on the Kiran, which we call OMCA, optionally manned aircraft. Once the flight control software is ready, it will come onto CATS Warrior. End of next year, CATS Warrior also will start flying. So that will be the first foray into this, and later we will go on to bigger aircraft. But this is the first important project which we have taken on the UCAVs.
In parallel, HAL is modernizing 84 Su-30 MKI aircraft and developing the Prachand attack helicopter, the world's only helicopter capable of landing and takeoff at 5,000 meters.
I think we are at the cusp of such a change in the defense industry, where we are really moving towards that. We are doing a lot of indigenization. I think that is the journey that the country will take as a whole, and I'm sure a decade down the line we will be in a position where we say, yes, we are self-reliant. It's a call that the Prime Minister has given. It becomes all the more relevant that we work on this in unison, all of us, all the companies, private sector, public sector, to achieve this dream of self-reliance.